Hello guys, what is up? It's Zebruhfy here, or Zeb, as you guys know me. Today we are going to be taking a look at how you can free disk space. Now I did briefly go into this in my last video, but a lot of people who experience FPS drops and low FPS, it's actually not because of your PC being not able to perform high FPS numbers, but it could be because you just don't have that much free space and it's cluttering up your system. So firstly, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna head into File Explorer, and once you're in File Explorer, you're gonna want to head over to this PC right here, and you can see all your devices and drives. Now what we're gonna be focusing on in here, most of you guys probably have one, maybe two drives, but you're gonna want to find which one Fortnite is installed on, or which one your games that you play are installed on. Usually it will be your main drive, which for me is the C. For most of you guys it should be the C, but whatever your main drive is that you put all your games on is what we're gonna be focusing on. Alright guys, so the way that we're gonna figure out where Fortnite is installed, it's actually pretty simple if you do not know. It's going to be wherever your Epic Games folder is installed, so I already know mine is on the local disk C, and that's probably where most of yours is going to be, on the C drive as well, because that's usually the main drive where everything's installed. But the way that we can check this is just open up each of your drives starting in the order that you think it's going to be, and we're going to head to Program Files. If you don't have Program Files, then just look for an Epic Games folder, but head into Program Files, and once you're in Program Files, if you see Epic Games, in either of these, if you see Epic Games, you're gonna want to look in this one though, Program Files, not x86, just the standard one, and you should see Epic Games. If you don't see Epic Games, then it's not in there, but if you open up Epic Games and you see Fortnite folder, then all this stuff is in here, then that means that it is installed on this drive, and this is the drive we're going to be focusing on, whatever you figure out that Fortnite is installed on. So now what we're going to do first with the drive that Fortnite is on, or whatever game you want to do this on for, it doesn't even have to be Fortnite, I'm just using that as an example because that's a very common game nowadays, but you're going to want to right click the drive that we're focusing on, Properties. Once you go to Properties, you should see all this stuff. Now what we're going to be looking at is, first off, I'd say check this. So once you check this and click Apply, if it's not already checked, then it's going to have to go through and do a bunch of stuff, which you're going to have to wait to do, but that's not super important. So I'd say if you don't want to spend like 20 minutes, like, you can obviously minimize it, but it's gonna like have to be open or whatever. It's not super important though, so you can skip over that and do it a different time if you want. But that's just a general thing that most people have on. You're gonna want to click Disk Cleanup. Once you're in Disk Cleanup, you're gonna want to just, I'd say select everything honestly. Click Clean Up System Files, and it's gonna go through. Click. It's just asking, make sure you want to delete this stuff. Click OK. Delete files. It's not going to delete anything super important because it's just deleting like what Windows would consider junk files when you do this, so you don't have to worry much about it unless you have something in your downloads folder that you don't want deleted. But it's going to go through and do that. So also, something I forgot to mention, I have 728 gigabytes free on here, which is way more than I need. Like, I don't need it to be filled up, but like, I'd say you're usually going to want to have at least 25% free on the drive. I mean, I'd say on every drive you're going to want to have like at least 25% free, but especially on the drive that you have your games on, you're going to want to have at least 25% free, if not more, because once you start getting close to filling that up, that space, it's going to slow down your drive quite a bit. It's going to make things perform slower, so like whenever you try to open an application, it's probably going to take longer though you might not notice it, it's gonna increasingly get slower and slower and slower the more stuff you fill it up with. So I'd say, since I have 930 gigabytes, we can just assume that about 200 gigabytes off would be like 25%. Maybe a little bit more than that, but you know, I'm just trying to do some quick maths. But so I'd say I don't really want to go over 700 gigabytes, so leaving 230 gigabytes around that area, you know. But if you have a 500 gigabyte drive, you're gonna want to like have like 125 free at all times at least. Now, on the drives that you don't have games on, like let's say that you record videos, so for me, I use this drive. It's 4 terabytes just for my video recordings and my editing and all of the extra stuff. You can get closer to filling it up with that. It's gonna slow down, but like it's gonna slow down just like your other drive would, but I feel like you're not really gonna care as much, because like when you're playing a game, you want everything to load quick, you want it to be snappy, you want it to be quick, and you don't want to have to deal with any performance issues. But on a more like work environment drive, or I guess I could say that, it's not going to be as much of a difference. But regardless, 25%. Now the way you could calculate this is you could take, so I have 930 gigabytes, so the way that we'd figure this out, you could just do 930 times 0.25. That would give you 232.5. Now to figure that out, I would take 930 minus 232.5. There we go. 697.5 is the highest I should ever have capacitated on my drive. So basically that's like 75%. Now if you go over that number, it's not gonna like break your computer, kill your computer or anything, and it's honestly fine to go over that number. But like that number is where you're gonna start noticing a difference. So, and once you start to get very full, like I'd say once you hit like 90% full, then it's really gonna be cluttered up, and you'll really start to notice it slowing down. So I'd say 90% is something that you really never want to pass. And that's like once you get it super full, I believe you'll see like it'll have like a red or yellow bar, and it'll be warning you. So okay, so alright, so I'm not gonna explain that. That was just like the technological explanation. Most of that won't be super important to you guys, but I just thought I'd clear that up, because some of you do like to dig down and get deeper with some stuff, like me, bro. But yeah, so now we're gonna go over how to clean it up. So we already did the disk cleanup. What the disk cleanup does is it just, that's not really what we're gonna be mainly focusing on today, but that's something that you can do, like, you know, maybe like once a month or once every 2 weeks, something like that, just to clean up all of your files. And another thing we're gonna be taking a look at quick is hold Windows plus R, %temp %. So again, hold down the Windows key and R at the same time. It'll pop up this little run menu. What you're gonna want to type in this run menu is %shift5 is %temp %, and then hit OK. It's gonna bring up this. Now you guys are probably wondering what the heck is this, or some of you probably already know about this, but if you're thinking what the heck is this, you don't need to worry. I'm not even gonna explain this. It's not important. All you need to know, or all you need to do, hold Control plus A, and it'll highlight everything. Again, Control plus A on the keyboard, and then you can hit right-click on any one of the files. Just make sure, because if you right-click over here, it's gonna unselect everything. But Control A, right-click on one of the files, and press delete. Now what this is going to do is it's going to go through and delete all these files. Now when this pops up, it's going to say folder in use, which basically just means that whatever these files are from is currently open, so they can't be deleted. If you guys know, if you've ever tried to uninstall an application and it's currently open or running in the background or something, and it gives you this, it's because it's still open. So all you need to do is do this for all current items, press skip, again, continue. And that just recycled a bunch of temp files, so that actually freed up quite a bit of space. Not a ton of space, but you know, maybe like a gigabyte, or I don't even know. I don't really pay attention to the numbers, but just doing this every once in a while, it'll speed up your system. Not only that, and it will also just delete a bunch of folders that are junk you don't need. That's all this folder is. Now we're gonna find, I have one more folder to take a look into, so again, hold Windows plus R. Now this time, all we're gonna do is delete the % signs, or you could just type literally just temp, hit OK. Now this is gonna bring up another folder. There's not as much stuff in here for me, but same thing, Control plus A on the keyboard, Control plus A, right click on any of the files, delete, then you're gonna need to press continue. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, guys, is for this folder, when you first open up the temp one, not the % one, the % one this doesn't apply to, but when you open up this temp one where you just type in temp, it's going to ask you for administrator permission. You're going to click continue, and if you're not able to get administrator permission, because you need like a password or something, it's fine. This part you can skip over, even though it is very good to do this quite a bit, but yeah, it's going to ask you for administrator permission to go into this folder, and it's going to tell you don't have permission, so you're just going to need to bypass that, click continue or whatever, and Control A, delete all, and then we're done in there. Alright, so now we're going to be taking a look at the main application that I like to use to do this. So this application is going to be called Ccleaner. It's a free application. There is a paid version, but we're just going to be taking a look at the free version because that's all you really need, to be honest. Now, I'm going to leave a link to this in the description, guys, for the newest version. If you don't have the newest version, you don't really need to update it. It says I have an update, but I'm not going to update it because it won't really make a difference for us, let's be honest. But once you're in this application, you're just going to want to go through and install it. I'm not going to go through that because I already have it, but you're just going to run through the setup wizard. So once you're in, you should start on this health check screen. If you're not on health check, go to it. Press skip to start health check. It's just going to check your PC's health. Now, for me, it just found quite a bit of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. 9,016 trackers to remove. Which, if you guys aren't aware, like, cookies, when you go to, like, a website or whatever, they keep cookies. Those are known as trackers. There are other forms of trackers, too, but that's, like, the main source as of now. When a website, when you accept cookies on a website, it's basically them tracking your personal information. And it's not gonna get you, like, it's not like super bad or anything, but you're just gonna want to remove those because you don't want like thousands of sites having an access to your personal information, being able to track it back to you. And it'll also just remove trackers and remove junk space. Now, it literally says that I have like 1.8 gigabytes. I don't even know if I'm reading that right, guys, but it says I have 181,000 megabytes of junk. So all you're gonna do is click make it better. Sorry, guys, I'm going so in depth with everything. I'm just trying to like explain stuff so you guys understand, because a lot of other people who make tweaks videos, you guys probably noticed, they go through a bunch of stuff, but they never really explain it. Like, you know, I've always been the type of person that like, I love to do things that will improve my experience, but at the same time, I like to learn about it, because, you know, when you learn something, not only do you know how to do it, but you know about it. Like, you can explain to other people what it is, and it's just amazing, you know? Like, I'm just trying to explain so you guys can do more stuff like I'm doing without having to just watch every video, you know, even though videos are always helpful. So now once that's done, we're gonna head over to custom clean. Now this is one that I love this, guys, okay? This section is literally game changer, okay? So basically what we're looking at here is it's taking account of your main applications, and it's cleaning them up. So you're gonna want to check. So there's gonna be internet browsers in here that I'm assuming you guys don't use. So if you don't use Microsoft Edge, you can literally clear everything, okay? So I don't use it, so I checked every box. Now, whatever internet browsers you do use, so like let's say you use Chrome or you use Edge, or you use Internet Explorer. I don't know what you guys use, but so let's just say I use Google Chrome because I do, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check the top 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and leave the bottom 4 unchecked. Cause leaving the bottom 4 unchecked is gonna delete your saved saved form information, and it's gonna save your passwords. Now, if I was to check this, it would delete all my saved passwords, which isn't the biggest. It's it's not like the end of the world, but I don't want to have to go through and type in all my passwords every time I go online. Even though I don't really save a lot of passwords, it's just annoying having to like redo all that stuff. So leave the bottom 4 unchecked on whatever browser you use. I also use Brave, so I'm going to leave the bottom 4 unchecked. I'm going to check these. So basically, you want to go through all the categories and check everything except for the bottom 4 on whatever browsers you use. I would say don't check network passwords. That's just a hassle. I don't really use internet, or I don't really use Wi-Fi, but if I did, I wouldn't want to delete all the network passwords saved on my computer. And you can literally check every single thing that you want. I would recommend checking everything. Do not check wipe free space, okay? That's the only one. Don't do it, okay? Leave wipe free space unchecked. Now we can click analyze, and it's saying that I have 0.1 megabytes to be removed. Most of it was already removed because of the health check, but now you're just gonna click run cleaner. You're just gonna click continue. And yeah, guys, it just removed 0.6 megabytes. Usually it'll be more, but we just did the health check, so it's not doing that much. But yeah, it just deletes junk files. So you can literally do this whenever you want. It's 100% free. This is always accessible. Now we're gonna head over to registry, scan for issues. All you gotta do is just make sure all these are checked. Click scan for issues. Click fix selected issues. You can press no. I mean, you can press yes if you want to back it up, but I just go with no because now all you got to do is press fix selected issues, close, bam, we're done with that. That just repaired the registry, which is what Windows uses to like store information and change information. Now another one here, we're gonna go to tools. Now basically what you can do in here is uninstall applications, even factory installed applications. So like if I wanted to, I could uninstall Xbox or the game bar or something like that, but I'm not going to. Yeah, so you can go through here and you can just uninstall whatever you want super easily, super cleanly. I'd recommend using this. Also, software updater. This will update stuff, guys. I also recommend using this. It's super simple. A lot of these will require you to pay, except just like the main 3 that we went through. And yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. Just trying to help you guys speed up your computers and make sure that they're running optimally all the time. You guys already know the vibes. I upload a video every single Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time or 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in America. And yeah, guys, as always, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will try my best and I will help every single one of you. I will get back to every single comment. And yeah, guys, peace. Make sure you like and sub. See you in the next one.